was talking to my daughter. I was like, yo, we could leave, drive 8 hours to Florida, stay the night, go to Super Nintendo World, and then drive back right after. She said yes. I'm like, okay, bet. So we hopped in the car. When you go in through the gate, you go in a warp pipe, and it takes you up the warp pipe and then drops you out uh, into the Mushroom Kingdom. And I literally had to stop and like lean against the wall. I was like, I can't. I'm like, I'm just too happy right now. Like, this is just too much. I start tearing up. Like, I was just so happy to be there because I was so excited to be in this place where I could find joy and just look around and be happy at everything and not have responsibilities and just have that joy and whimsy and peace and excitement. And I was so happy for that. But the reality is that only lasts so long. There's only so much to do, and then eventually you have to come back home. I was just so happy and so peaceful in that moment, and just being there, just sitting there, even when my daughter was in line for something, and I'm just sitting on a bench looking around being happy. But y'all, it shouldn't take me driving 1,000 miles and getting wristbands at a Universal Park for me to be able to lay my burdens down. It just shouldn't. And one of the things that Scripture teaches us that I don't think we take advantage of is Matthew 11:28 through 30. It says, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Jesus makes this plea. He's like, look, if you're tired, if you're stressed, if you're anxious, if you're worried, if you're frustrated, come to me and I can give you the rest that you're looking for. Now, I was absolutely delighted to be where I was, and I loved my time in Super Nintendo World. But there was an 8 hour drive afterwards and work the next day, and I just literally can't afford to find my peace and joy anywhere else in this world. That if I'm going to be able to sustainably function, I'm going to need to put into practice coming to Jesus to find my peace and not just relying on anywhere else in this world to find it. This has been a Faith and Fandom Bite Size. If you enjoyed this, head on over to faithandfandom.org where you can find more than 200 geeky devotionals free to read at any point in time. You can find us wherever you find podcasts. We have more than a dozen books in our series on Amazon. Thank you for joining me in finding God in geek culture.